Chelsea winger Mudryk became a national hero last night as he got Ukraine's 84th-minute winner to send them to Euro 2024 at the expense of Iceland. Chelsea fans hailed Romelu Lukaku's star assist for Belgium against England, and tell Mauricio Pochettino to give the forgotten Blues star another spin at Stamford Bridge. More coming up, so continue watching. Remember to subscribe, give a thumbs up, and turn notifications on for this channel. Chelsea have had several players away representing their countries during this month's international break. But thankfully, the Blues returned to action this Saturday against Burnley in the Premier League, with the international stars returning to West London this week. As a result of so many absentees, it's no surprise that some academy talents have stepped into first-team training to help make up the numbers. Chelsea confirmed yesterday that several youngsters were drafted in to train alongside the seniors. Chelsea shared via their official website on Tuesday that a crop of youngsters trained with Mauricio Pochettino's main group, including goalkeeper Teddy Kurd. The 18-year-old Gloveman was involved in first-team training on Tuesday with the Blues. In addition, academy talents David Washington, Jimmy Taurianen, Leo Castledine and Dylan Williams were also promoted to mix it with the seniors. Chelsea's Marc Cucurella earned just his second-ever senior cap for Spain last night in a dramatic 3-3 draw against Brazil. He made his Spain debut back in 2021, however, he's been exiled from the national squad since then. The Chelsea left-back was recalled by his country during this March international break for the first time in nearly 3 years. The two international heavyweights served up a classic 3-3 draw at the Bernabeu, and Cucurella held his own at left-back in a challenging match against a Brazil side, buoyed by a recent win over England at Wembley Stadium. FODMOB data gave Cucurella a 6.6 match rating for his individual performance. There was also a general feeling from Chelsea supporters on social media on Tuesday that Cucurella performed superbly for Spain. Blues fans on X were all left super impressed by the 25-year-old full-back's international display. Mudryk became a national hero last night as he got Ukraine's 84th-minute winner to send them to Euro 2024 at the expense of Iceland. The Chelsea star completed Ukraine's turnaround with only his second international goal, after they had fallen behind to Albert Gudmundsson's sublime goal after half an hour had gone in the playoff. Viktor Sihankov had leveled proceedings 10 minutes after the restart, but they had to hold on until Mudryk's winner, becoming the only playoff winner to seal their win in normal time. Mudryk latched onto a cutback from Georgi Sudakov and buried the ball, and Iceland's hopes, into the net, and his heroics earned a message from Ukraine President Volodymyr Zelensky. Zelensky said on Telegram, "Thank you boys. Thank you to the team, for proving once again that when Ukrainians face challenges but refuse to give up and continue the fight, they invariably win." Their playoff final was played in a neutral but partisan Wrocław Stadium in Poland on Tuesday, owing to the ongoing war with neighboring Russia. Now Chelsea fans hailed Romelu Lukaku's star assist for Belgium against England, and tell Mauricio Pochettino to give the forgotten Blues star another spin at Stamford Bridge. Romelu Lukaku's outrageous assist against England on Tuesday has seen Chelsea fans call for the Belgian to be given another chance at Stamford Bridge. The 30-year-old striker is the forgotten man at Chelsea, where he has been shipped out on loan to Italy, but reminded fans of his star quality against England at Wembley. Lukaku is more renowned for his goal-scoring abilities than his chance creation, but showcased the lesser-seen part of his game to help re-establish Belgium's lead. The visitors had initially taken the advantage through Yuri Tielemans before Ivan Toney fired England back on level terms from the penalty spot. England was showing confident signs of forcing a second goal when Lukaku outmuscled Brighton centre-back Lewis Duncan, assisting Tielemans with a pinpoint cross. Lukaku shaped the ball with the outside of his left foot back across goal, where Tielemans had made a bursting run from midfield to head past Jordan Pickford. Now some Chelsea supporters posting on X suggested current manager Mauricio Pochettino might be tempted to give him another run in the team. Lukaku is currently enjoying a season-long loan at Roma, scoring 18 goals in 37 appearances across all competitions, and is expected to seal a permanent move to the club in the summer. Chelsea teenager Kendry Paez is reportedly set to avoid serious punishment for attending a New York strip club while on international duty with Ecuador. The 16-year-old was spotted at the club with fellow Ecuadorians, 32-year-old defender Robert Arboleda, and 23-year-old winger Gonzalo Plata, the night before a friendly against Italy in New Jersey. A viral social media clip saw one of the stars display a bundle of cash and throw it at a female dancer. Chelsea agreed a deal to sign Paez in July 2023, and he will officially move across to West London in the summer of 2025 once his 18th birthday has passed. It is thought the Blues will not punish Paez for his strip club trip, with the Telegraph reporting they are likely to leave it up to the Ecuador FA as well as Independiente del Valle, the side he'll play for until he heads to Stamford Bridge. Paez is set to be warned about the incident and reminded of his responsibilities by officials from his club and country, but he will not be seriously punished. The same cannot be said for Arboleda and Plata, who will face harsher punishments and could even be dropped by the national team, according to reports in Ecuador. Paez was not seen handling money or consuming alcohol in the viral clip, unlike his older teammates, while peer pressure has also been considered as a factor. Now former Chelsea transfer target, Gabriel Barbosa, affectionately nicknamed Gabigol, who was even dubbed the next Neymar, has been hit with 2-year football ban. Gabriel Barbosa, who was strongly linked with a move to Chelsea in 2020, has been banned from football for 2 years following a doping fraud investigation, but he plans to appeal this decision. The player was said to be a top target for the club under Frank Lampard and also previously under Antonio Conte in 2016. The Sun claimed that the Blues were set to beat off competition from Barcelona and Juventus for his signature ahead of the title-winning season under the Italian. At the time, he left to join Inter from Santos, before moving to Benfica on loan briefly. He rejoined Santos and then eventually swapped Italy for South America again when signed by Flamengo. Now, he will have his appeal to a ban heard by the Court of Arbitration for Sport according to Brazilian news outlet Globo. It's reported that Barbosa drew attention to himself with unusual behavior during a test on April 8, 2023. Anti-doping officers who came to test players at the club training ground were largely ignored by Barbosa, who took his test hours after his teammates. Barbosa's lawyers have argued that his blood test at the time showed he was clean, and added his unfriendly behavior toward the officers did not mean he tricked the test. If Gabigol's appeal is denied, he will serve his time away from the game, with the 2-year sentence ending on April 8, 2025. Former Chelsea striker Alvaro Morata was not the most popular player during his time at Stamford Bridge. Alvaro Morata himself has admitted that he did not have the greatest relationship with Chelsea supporters. "I didn't quite feel loved or appreciated by the club or the fans," the 31-year-old told Goal in 2019. Well, he is now having trouble with some Spain fans, who clearly do not appreciate the forward after last night. Morata started in Spain's 3-3 draw with Brazil, and his manager Luis de la Fuente has been speaking about an incident involving his striker and the Spain supporters. After the game, de la Fuente claimed that he was hurt. And it was because Spain fans decided to whistle and boo Morata. De la Fuente said, "Morata getting whistled at by the Bernabeu hurts me to the core that in my country, they boo a player of the national team, the captain who is a role model for us, an example. It really hurts. When I hear those boos I feel ashamed." Fabrizio Romano has admitted that Chelsea are busy in the transfer market for a central defender this summer, but warned that Lille's Leny Yoro could be beyond the Stamford Bridge side amid interest from other big guns. Chelsea have struggled to find consistency in the heart of the defence this season, with the Blues having conceded an alarming 45 goals in 27 games this season, one of the poorest records in the Premier League. Thiago Silva is expected to leave in the summer when his contract expires, leaving a significant void to fill. With recent signings such as Marc Cucurella, Axel Disasi and Benoit Badiashile not having come up to scratch, Chelsea are expected to make another significant investment this summer, and Romano admits that this is indeed a probability. "I see Chelsea busy with centre-backs in the summer. There will be movements in that position, priority to the outgoings, and then Chelsea will consider incomings, but that could be one more position to follow in the summer. There is nothing concrete yet in terms of negotiations, as far as I know." Romano writes for the Daily Briefing. Romano again said that Lille teenager Yoro is likelier to move to Real Madrid or PSG than Chelsea. "The reality is that the situation is still the same as I've been mentioning for months. Real Madrid are seriously pushing for Yoro, while PSG will do the best because they already wanted Yoro last January," he states. Chelsea are following the situation, but there are no concrete talks, nothing else. Despite what may have been written elsewhere, I'm not sure there's much to report here for now. Still on Chelsea's pursuit for a centre-back, it has been reported that the Blues and several other English clubs, including United, have been offered the chance to sign Juventus' Gleison Bremer. But right now, the Red Devils look to be the team who are most eager to land the 27-year-old. According to Calciomercato, United have stepped up the pursuit of Bremer and are trying to gain an advantage over their Premier League rivals. The same outlet has also claimed that the Manchester club have no problems with activating a £49.7 million release clause in the Brazilian's contract. Sitting 6th in the table, United may be able to offer Bremer Champions League football, whereas Chelsea are not in the position right now to even promise the centre-half minutes in the Europa League next season. As the 2023-24 season nears its end, Paris Saint-Germain faces the task of finding a replacement for Kylian Mbappe, who is rumoured to leave this summer. Chelsea target Victor Osimhen is one of the names swirling around as a potential target for PSG. However, Napoli insists that any club eyeing him should meet the €120 million release clause. If several teams step up to pay, Osimhen faces a tough choice ahead. Transfer window specialist Fabrizio Romano revealed the latest regarding the Osimhen file in his Caught Offside column, with PSG remaining in the mix. According to Romano, the interest from Chelsea in Osimhen is still there. However, there's an issue. Romano notes that understanding the financial fair play situation is crucial for Chelsea, as they aim not to overpay. Osimhen's €130 million release clause poses a challenge, and negotiating with Napoli's president, Aurelio De Laurentiis, can be intricate. Additionally, Chelsea must consider Osimhen's salary demands while adhering to FFP regulations. Despite these complexities, Chelsea remains keenly interested in Osimhen. Now Bayern Munich have held initial talks over a deal for Chelsea left-back Ian Maatsen, according to reports in Germany. Maatsen has been one of Dortmund's standout performers since his move to the Bundesliga, and the club are keen to make the move permanent in the summer. However, Sky Germany report that Bayern are seeking a possible replacement for Alphonso Davies, who is wanted by Real Madrid, and Maatsen is on their shortlist. The report claims that Bayern have made an initial inquiry about Maatsen's situation and will monitor his performances for the remainder of the season. Dortmund were unable to agree a purchase option as part of their loan agreement with Chelsea in January. And that means Bayern could take advantage of the £35 million release clause in the new contract Maatsen signed with Chelsea at the start of the year. On Monday, Tuttomaketa stated Chelsea have reached out to Torino's Raul Bellanova to find out about his future plans. The right-back has excelled in his debut season at the Serie A side, and that helped him make his debut for Italy last weekend. This has also seen the 23-year-old attract interest from the Premier League, and Chelsea are included in this list. The Blues particularly like the defender's profile and have begun to test the waters for a potential deal. It's further claimed that Chelsea are ready to make a move for him in the summer. Reece James' injury woes have convinced Mauricio Pochettino's side to look for a right-back, and the Italy international could be an option for them in the next window. The player is valued at €30 million, and Torino have made it clear they won't listen to any offer until the end of this season. Bellanova was on loan at Inter Milan last season, and they decided not to buy him, which allowed the Turin club to sign him from Cagliari last summer. It's claimed the Italian would be happy to continue at Torino, therefore, Chelsea have to convince the fullback to change his plans, if they wish to sign him in the summer. And finally, former Chelsea striker Olivier Giroud is all set to sign for Los Angeles FC from AC Milan after Euro 2024. According to The Athletic, Los Angeles FC are inching closer to securing the signature of the veteran French forward, who is expected to sign for the club on a free transfer after Euro 2024, with his contract at Milan set to expire on June 1. The continental competition ends on July 14, and the transfer window in the US opens 4 days later. The 37-year-old is expected to sign a deal running through the MLS 2025 season. With Los Angeles FC having the MLS discovery right on the player, they hold the first right to sign him ahead of any other side in the league and are now finalizing a deal. Despite his age, the former Arsenal and Chelsea star is still scoring at a prolific rate, as he has netted 14 goals and provided 9 assists in 36 matches across all competitions for the Rossoneri this season. Thanks for your attention. Turn notifications for this channel on so you don't miss the next update. Stay safe.